But perhaps the most important reason why smartphones are a super addiction is because it's socially acceptable. It's typically frowned upon to give your kids smokes, booze, and porn. But giving your kids the new iPhone for Christmas makes you a good parent, right? At least that's what the commercials tell us. I would argue that the phone is worse, but society doesn't see it that way. And that's why we've all been caught up in this current of addiction with little or no resistance from. So I hope by now I've convinced you that your smartphone might be just a little bit addictive. The thing that worries me the most as a mental health provider is addictions have what we call comorbidities, or other mental health problems that go with the addiction. Depression, anxiety, substance use, obsessive-compulsive disorder have all been studied and found linked to excessive smartphone use. Not to mention the social problems that are coming as a result. As I know lots of kids who get 2 to 3 messages per day telling them that they're worthless and that they should go kill themselves. Kids face constant judgment from online and social media, which I think might be making social anxiety worse. Sexual predation is rampant and psychologically scarring an entire generation. You want to know how bad this problem is? Ask any teenage girl how many times she's been pressured for nude. The longer we let smartphone addiction go on, the worse these issues will become, especially in this next generation who's growing up with an addiction. Because when your brain develops with an addiction, the changes to brain physiology and personality can be dramatic. And I'm not just talking about the very young, as brain development is complete in the early 20s for females and the mid-20s for males. Addiction literally rewires your brain. We've all heard the stories about someone addicted to methamphetamine or heroin who lies, cheats, and steals from their family to support their drug addiction and ruins their relationships in the process. I've met young people who impulsively steal credit cards from anyone they can to support their online video game addiction, similarly ruining their relationship and trust with their family. When your brain develops with an addiction, everything else comes second. The rates of those comorbidities I mentioned go up, academic performance goes down. Imagine how much creativity, empathy, productivity, and connectivity we will lose if everyone in society is on their phone for 9 hours every day. My training as a child psychiatrist has taught me that in the very young, brain development is dependent upon those daily interactions with caregivers. And babies these days are having to compete with smartphones for the attention